You are watching the movie Mirror. The story begins in a prison, where we see a prisoner named Chang talking to his mother and girlfriend. Chang's words reveal that he deeply loves his mother and is soon to marry his girlfriend. He had been imprisoned for the past 20 years, but he had no problem with this because he wanted to isolate himself from the outside world. He was provided with all the amenities he couldn't even imagine in the outside world, including 3 meals a day and a roof over his head. He was quite happy with this. Meanwhile, Chang lived a diplomatic life, mingling with everyone from the warden to the prisoners, which is why he hadn't faced any problems in the past 20 years. After some time, a new prisoner named Adam entered the prison. Adam was an architect. He is arrested for bribery, but the truth is something else. Adam's partner got him arrested on a false charge, which is why he's behind bars today. Adam's first day doesn't go well, as he is attacked by Scar, another inmate sentenced to life imprisonment. Scar, along with his gang, used to harass new inmates in this prison. However, news of Scar's actions reaches the warden, so Adam and Scar are called to the warden's office. Here we see Warden Tan, the most powerful man in the prison. Tank hadn't harassed any inmates in the past 20 years, but he was soon to be promoted. He tells the 3 of them, "I've taken care of you all these years, you haven't even had any problems, but now I need you all, so I want you to be there next year. You guys mustn't do anything wrong for 3 months. Tang tells them that he's going to be promoted in the next month, so he won't be punished for any wrongdoing until then. All the inmates agree. Then we see Tang come to visit Adam. He points out another gang leader named Big Roller. Actually, Big Roller and Tang didn't get along well. Chang even turned Scar's henchman against Big Roller to weaken his power. This is why Tang and Scar got along so well. Then we learn that 2 gangs rule this prison. One is Scar's gang and the other is Big Roller's gang, and they keep a distance from each other. However, the people in this gang were harassing Adam, so Chang tells him that if he wants to escape this gang, he must join Big Roller's gang. Chang takes Adam to meet Big Roller. Before they meet, Chang warns him not to even accidentally mention Big Roller's daughter. This is because Big Roller was very fond of his daughter, but she died at a very young age. We then see them meeting Big Roller. When Big Roller learns that Adam is the architect who caused the Chowhing building fire, he begins to beat Adam. But what was there in that building that made Big Roller so angry? We will explore this later in the story. Then we see Chang meeting his girlfriend. He is shocked to find his mother missing. His girlfriend tells him that his mother has a kidney infection, so she desperately needs his kidney. Hearing this, Chang is shocked. He tells his girlfriend that he will come to donate his kidney to his mother as soon as he can. It wasn't going to be easy for Chang, because when he asked Warden Chan for a few days bail, he flatly refused. The warden feared that if Chang escaped prison on this pretext, he would lose his promotion. Angered by this, the warden punished Chang by making him run all night. This didn't sit well with Chang, who had listened to and obeyed the warden's every command for the past 20 years. Now, when he needed help, the warden refused. Chang was roaming the grounds all night long, when he lost his nerve and tried to escape. An officer stopped him just in time. He told Chang that he was about to be released from prison soon, so he shouldn't ruin his life by making this mistake. However, Chang cared more for his mother than for his. He thinks their plan is over before it even begins. But then a smile appears on Chang's face, as Chang has an idea that could help him get Big Roller on his side. Chang shows Adam some photographs of Big Roller's son, which he accidentally discovered during a burglary. Here we are shown Big Roller's story. Big Roller used to be a gangster, but one day when he comes out of dinner with his wife and daughter when some thugs attack him, he kills them all and saves his daughter, but is then captured by the police. He learns from his wife over the phone that his daughter is dead, but this was a deliberate ploy by his wife to sever all ties with Big Roller. The scene then shifts to the present, and we see Chang approach Big Roller with the photographs. Big Roller is shocked to learn that his daughter is alive. He is happy that his daughter is still alive, but he is also disappointed that he failed to fulfill his duty as a good father. Well, here we see that Big Roller gives them permission to vent, but he also decides to run away with them so that he can go and find his daughter. Now there were 3 people who had escaped from prison, which would triple the interest in the story. Their plan was to use the vent to reach the control room, where they would turn off the lights and disable all the controls, opening the gate and giving them 10 minutes to escape. After that, they would meet Chang's girlfriend, who would be waiting outside. The plan was now complete, so they set about opening the vent. However, the vent's nuts were very tight, making it difficult for Chang to open them. However, their team included an architect who, using his brain, melted some plastic bottle caps and shaped them into a net, making the nets easier to open. Chang succeeded in opening the vent with this help. However, just then, a police investigation began, but the three of them managed to escape just in time. They see a man who comes to harass Adam because he filed a case against them. But this time, Big Roller comes to Adam's rescue. He threatens the car to stay away from Adam, after which the car and its men leave Adam. Meanwhile, Chang and his associates are ready to execute their next plan. They plan to print the gate key without an officer noticing. After much difficulty, they succeed. Then, Chang and Adam begin checking the vents. One day, when all the prisoners are together, a man from the car stabs Adam. This time, Big Roller also fights back, leading to the news reaching Warden Tank, who forces them all to kneel. Tank was absolutely unwilling to have any prisoners fight among themselves before the 3-month mark, so he leaves him and Big Roller alone. He asks for a fight and the two begin. Scar quickly overpowers Big Roller and beats him down. But just when everyone thinks Big Roller has lost, he gets back on his feet and, this time, knocks the car down with a single punch, giving Big Roller the win. Meanwhile, we see Chang telling Adam, "Big Roller and I are running away so we can see our families. But you shouldn't do this because if you get caught, you could face twice the sentence." This was largely true, so instead of escaping from prison, Adam was going to help Chang and Big Roller escape. After which, the three of them exchanged a Bible. They send electricity through a wire, which allows Chang to cut the vent from the other side. But just then, Warden Tang arrives in the area. He had received word that Big Roller's associates were up to something. But when he looks around, he finds Chang missing. Now, who can tell him that Chang is busy with a program over there? Big Roller and Adam start to worry. But when Tang checks their room, he finds Chang sleeping. Thankfully, he narrowly escapes this time. But then the Warden asks Iska to explain their activities. His calm demeanor reveals that he already knew about the trio's plan, but despite this, he doesn't tell Tank anything. As Tank leaves, Iska shows them the key he recently found. Chang and Big Roller are forced to explain the whole matter to him. Instead of saving them, Iska decides to escape. Iska was sentenced to life imprisonment, meaning he wouldn't be happy even if he escaped. Scar also joins their group. After making all the preparations, the four of them choose the night when all the prisoners are gathered to listen to the chairman's speech. They all say goodbye to Adam and enter the vent. By then, Warden Tank receives news of their disappearance, so he searches for them on his monitor. The three of them somehow manage to reach the control room and try to turn off the lights, but the lights refuse to turn off. Big Roller breaks all the wires, causing all the lights to go off, meaning they now have 10 minutes to open the gate. They then run towards the gate. Tang sees them doing this, so he sends his companions to capture them. Meanwhile, when Adam hears news of his companions' capture, he rushes to their side. He and Chang work together to give Big Roller time to escape and decide to sacrifice themselves. This is exactly what happens. On one hand, Chang and Adam are captured and sent to the hospital. On the other hand, Big Roller escapes, where Chang's girlfriend takes him and escapes. From here, the scene shifts and we see Big Roller going to meet his daughter, but his wife stops him because it was their daughter's wedding. Big Roller pleads with his wife that he will return only after seeing his daughter. And this is exactly what happens. Seeing his daughter happy, he leaves, where he is captured and sent back to jail. Chang too is now happy, because he had succeeded in donating his kidney to his mother after reaching the hospital. In the final scene of the story, we see the three of them together, having become good friends. Afterward, they all talk to their families in prison. But this time, Chang's mother also comes to visit him, while Big Roller's wife and daughter also come to visit. Big Roller's wife had told her daughter about her father, so his daughter is overjoyed to meet him. And with this, the movie ends.